Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today for you guys, I have another Max Mayfield theory, and a lot of people have theorized about how she's going to come back, but today I have another option that isn't that complex, but it is kind of interesting because it involves another character coming back from the show. But before I get into the theory, guys, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and also join my Discord where we have around 211 members right now. And my goal is to have 2,000 members by the start of Stranger Things 5, which is definitely possible considering it's way too far away. Anyways, about the theory. The theory is that Dr. Owens could come back and bring Max out of the coma. Now, I know that sounds very boring, but hear me out. So we know how Hawkins' lab is way advanced, way more advanced than like the regular society in the 80s in Stranger Things, right? Like Hawkins' lab has technology that some people in Stranger Things in Hawkins, Indiana have never seen before, right? Like, for example, whenever they made an exact replica of Will Byers' body, that was like unheard of in the 80s. Like, how did they do that? How did they make an exact replica? Why did they know so many things that nobody else knew? You know, everything. Like, they were just, the Hawkins lab had technology that people have never seen before in the 80s. So, on top of that, in season 4, Dr. Owens says, he said, I forget who he was talking to. I believe he was talking to the military when he was talking about 11. He said, we can put her in a coma and we can bring her out of a coma. Which made me think, like, okay, Dr. Owens is from Hawkins' lab. He knows what technology they use. They have advanced technology for their time. So, what if Dr. Owens somehow came back and saved Max? Or like brought her out of the coma. The reason this makes sense in my opinion is because, number one, Dr. Owens is not dead. We all know that. He's just like captured by the military, probably being interrogated. But here's how I envision it all going down. If this theory were to come true, this is how I would envision it all going down. And I think this makes a lot of sense in my brain. You guys might call me crazy, but I don't really care. This is how I envision it, okay? So, like, it's going to be the apocalypse whenever we see season 5, right? Like, Hawkins is split in half. Everyone's freaking out. Everybody's going to evacuate. Max is in a hospital in Hawkins. So, in my mind, she's going to not have a lot of doctors around her. And the military might be done interrogating Dr. Owens because the apocalypse happened, so they can't focus on him. So then Owens goes to the hospital where no doctors are at because the apocalypse is happening, and since he's the only doctor there, brings out Max, and Max wakes up, and they go on their way. Now, I know this would be like a boring way for Max to wake up, like she wouldn't have powers, or she wouldn't have a role in taking down Vecna while she's asleep, or like in his brain, but it is a possibility, and I think it would make sense to bring Dr. Owens back in that way. I will say, this is more interesting for the Dr. Owens storyline than it is for the Max Mayfield storyline, but it could be a route that they would go if they decide to wake up Max right away at the beginning of season 5, because I don't know if Max, like, staying alive was planned in the first place. Maybe they kept her alive because they realized how big of a fan base she has, and they don't want, like, if it's not going to have a huge impact on season 5, as if, like, you know, the whole goal of season 5 is to wake up Max, then waking her up right away would make more sense in my opinion, so she could actually help the group. This would be a way that they could do that. But if they're writing season 5 to be a storyline where, you know, they disconnect the connection with Will probably gets captured, they save Will, and they wake up Max, and that's how it ends, then they're probably going to keep her alive. But I couldn't just like not mention this theory because it does make a lot of sense for Dr. Owens' character to return. I feel like he's had a good storyline so far, and I feel like the way he went out isn't how his whole entire character storyline should end, in my opinion. But yeah, this is just a little theory that I thought of, and I thought I'd mention it to you guys. Also, I do have another theory cooking up, or at least like maybe a theory cooking up. Like, I've been seeing some theories on Twitter, and I ran across this one that was like really, really weird and in-depth, and I'll have to like look into it more. But I've been trying to come up with more theories, guys, but to be honest with you, it's hard. It's hard to keep making Stranger Things content. this far into the drought. But I will say, so filming probably starts around in 2 weeks from today. If you're watching this video on May 5th, around 2 weeks from today, I think May 15th, May 16th. So about 10 or 11, 12 days. And also, we got some like insight on Twitter. I was reading a Twitter thread. Like I was deep into a Twitter thread. And this person said they went to Atlanta to visit the filming locations. And they talked to the people at the library in the town where they filmed. And the person at the library said, yeah, Netflix usually calls in around 150 people, and they change this into a Stranger Things town overnight. Or they change this into Hawkins overnight with 150 people from Netflix, just like overnight, which I thought was super freaking cool. But they also said that Netflix has let her know, the person at the library, or him, I don't know who it was or whatever, but they said they let them know that they are filming there in around 2 weeks, or 5 weeks. They said in around 5 weeks, and that was on April 12th. So yeah, around May 16th, 17th, 18th, they should be filming in Hawkins, which is in Atlanta, like Jackson, Georgia, I think, or not Atlanta, but it's in Georgia. I think Jackson, Georgia, or something like that. Something like that. It's a small town, but anyways, I thought that was really interesting. So whenever, my point is, I know I just went on this little rant, but like whenever filming picks up, we will get leaks. And whenever we get leaks, I will be covering all the leaks. My hope is that, you know, I could at least make 2 to 3, 4 videos a month updating you guys on any leaks we get, any news we get, when Stranger Things filming starts, because that'll be like when the Stranger Things 5 era starts, whenever the filming starts. So whenever that comes around, hopefully we will get more content that I can share with you guys. But until then, you know, I gotta try to come up with more theories or, you know, stuff like that. But that's why I'm trying to like pace out these videos and not put them out all at once so I can have content for you guys. Anyways, that's my little rant. I thought that was really interesting though, how they bring 150 people over from Netflix overnight and turn that into a Hawkins, Indiana. Like I thought that was, I don't know, to me that was really cool. I wanted to post about it on TikTok, but I feel like, would anybody find that interesting besides me? I don't know. But anyways, appreciate you guys watching this video. And, you know, like I said, join my Discord. We are trying to get to 2,000 members. If the link in the description doesn't work, DM me on Twitter or Instagram or wherever you can contact me, or comment a comment saying that the link doesn't work and I'll send it to you. I'll send an invite to you. But anyways, yeah. Appreciate you guys. Subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.